behind the sign.
And you now have it.
We are. We're behind the sign.
Almost triple entendre, let's be honest.
Oh, it's so many layers, John.
Not so bad.
So many layers. I wish you hit me with the Inception sound effect.
They're all over the place, my man.
We got to get that chemistry going. I got to keep calling for these things, man.
Seriously, I don't even readjust it. I don't even know where the damn thing is.
Bad soundboard. I give you a week off. I freeze my ass off in
I'm
Buffalo.
gonna tell all of you at home this. I'm gonna tell you all
here
this.
Here we go. Tell them about it.
We got a great little soundboard. We got great sound effects. Or we got good sound effects. I don't know. No one's actually gave us any feedback on them. That being said,
how do you feel about our sound effects?
Yes. That being said, you can't adjust them. So when you add them, they're just randomly thrown. They're not even in the order that you add them. They're just randomly thrown in. So then,
wait. So if you add a new one, it doesn't go to the end of the list. It just pops up somewhere.
It might alphabetically pop its way in. So it's just weird. I'm telling you.
You gotta get
at least some of these, but.
I think you gotta have a high standard for the sound effects you bring in there, so you know they're all good, and then that way, if you ever get jammed up and you know it's a good opportunity for a sound effect, you can just hit one.
You know what I'm gonna do?
It'll probably be good.
I might just reduce all the favorites, so there's just a few on the, maybe 15, boom, boom, and then it'll be a little easier. I don't know why we're discussing this here, but that's what we're doing.
Less is more, John. Highly effective. So. Big topic for the new studio with sound effects. I mean, we got to get this stuff right now. We're going to start having motion graphics too. I got to get those worked on so we have little things go by.
Sweeping across the screen.
You know what else we need some feedback on here, John?
What's that?
And you can throw it in the chat. You can jump in our Discord, join the discussion there. But here's what I want to know now. We used to have this little rundown thing that was over John's shoulder, and it would tick down when we talked about each kind of topic. But we got a cool backdrop and stuff now. I don't want to blur this stuff up with graphics all over the place. So I want you guys to tell us how should we include the rundown into our show presentation here, so you know what topics are coming through the duration of the show. Hit us up on Twitter, Discord, wherever you're engaging with the show. Let us know what you think and how you want the rundown done. So, John. What do you think? What when you first walked in here, kind of what were you expecting? What did you get?
I don't even know if you want me to tell you what I expected. I expected a lot less, to be completely honest. This actually, I mean, is it the best thing ever? No, but I mean, you guys have done an amazing job. I'm not kidding. If you looked at the pictures before, I mean, this place was a mess. This place compared to that is a palace right now. I mean, it's unbelievable how good it looks.
The only problem we have left to solve with our new studio, John, is we need to get some sort of soundproof booth for that damn Mac. No matter what we do, we can't get far enough away from that thing to stop the fan from interrupting the show.
No, I know, it's horrible. Like, every time, seriously, every single time I hear that, I'm never happy. Never happy.
All right, John, so we got 3 big things planned for the new studio as we move on. This is just the beginning. It's going to continue to get better. The presentation's going to get better. We're going to start adding the motion graphics in. But the big reason for the studio and this monster desk is we want to start having some live guests. We can actually bring them in to our home now, make them feel welcome in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Have a whole seat for them here and talk to some folks, John.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is good stuff. I'm a huge fan.
The other thing that we're going to start doing that it's probably a couple weeks away because we still got some of the tech to work out is we're going to start doing play-by-play broadcasts for video game tournaments.
Oh, yes, we are.
You act surprised. You were unaware of this.
Well, I mean, I knew we were talking about it. I didn't know like you and I are going to actually be announcing.
Well, I'm probably going to be running a stable of esports broadcasters that on any given day we'll be mixing and matching the pairings.
Oh, okay, there you go.
You keep telling me about how everybody tells you got such a great, wonderful.
Well, that doesn't mean I want to necessarily announce video games. Although it doesn't necessarily mean I won't.
I think you should. I think you've got the perfect color analysis dynamic for the play-by-play. I don't think you can do the keeping up with everything going on here. Well, this guy passed over here to shut scores type stuff. But I think you can add a nice layer of play-by-play into the broadcast.
Well, I mean, I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to have to worry about sound effects, so there'll be step up for you from there.
Yeah. Hey, look, he's got a gun. Look, he shot that guy. Isn't that great? This guy's great. Is that how it works?
Yeah, well, you can explain to him my strategy when I'm hiding in the bushes and waiting for the...
Oh, so I would not only would I be doing play-by-play, I would be doing play-by-play with watching you? Oh, that'd be so easy.
I may be in the tournament.
I'd be like, are you guys awake? He's... Oh, sorry. Sorry,
buddy. Bear.
Oh,
boy.
Bear.
Come on, John.
Come on. Like I didn't even know he was in here. A huge distraction. Come on.
It's cold, bro. So the third thing that we need to get our studio fully up and operational is we need to be able to have some remote guests, John. where we can have their video feed added into there.
Definitely.
And we can talk to them on here. And
I agree.
That's. Well, I mean, we're not going to really start getting good guests until we can start having.
Well, we've been talking about that for a while, and we're actually a lot closer to that than we were. So
we are a lot closer.
That's really good stuff.
Having a comfortable seat, it was the first step. I couldn't hunch over in the living room anymore, John.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a big gulp of water here. You buy me about 30 seconds of time, and then when I come out fresh and liquidated, I'm going to share some great news that Gratwick has. I promised when we came back here on November 5th, John, I was gonna have a couple announcements. I've got 2 of them locked and loaded.
Okay, well, so the announcement I'm going to give to you is, I was going to hold on to it for a minute, but I tell you what, the favorite game that you like to hide in a bush for, okay?
Yeah.
That's Fortnite.
Yeah.
Epic Games is adding all 32 NFL team jerseys temporarily. I'm assuming you have to buy them, but you can get all 32 teams if you want, so you can get your favorite team.
Oh, so that way nobody can be surprised I'm a Bills fan when they see me hiding
in a bush. See, it's perfect. That's exactly what I'm saying. So I'm actually glad this worked out. This is amazing.
I just don't understand how long Fortnite can live off of this. Well, change the way you look crap.
Because that's not the only thing they're doing. That's why they're able to extend. Because they'll actually alter their main map. They'll change cities. They'll move things around. They're doing a great job. They're actually the #1 at doing that at this point.
But if I was super, super good at the game, I would want to wear the regular clothes even more so. Because then everyone's going to think, oh, I got this noob.
Yes.
And then I sneak up and smoke
That's what
them.
they do.
So what do I need the clothes for?
Because the average person who plays is not going to be that good. And it's like, oh, that's a cool costume. And some of them are actually kind of cool. I mean, they're interesting. There's tons of them, and I wouldn't pay real-life money to get $20 for a video game costume or more. Come on, they look good in the game.
Star Citizen shit.
Seriously, it doesn't even help you in the game, just so you know. It's all aesthetic. It's just how you look. It doesn't affect anything else.
All right, John.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna.
See,
I was gonna bang on the desk. Oh.
I wouldn't. So I was the one who took the bullet the first time.
This sweet desk just screams "bang" on it.
It totally does.
So, announcement time. What kind of sound effect can you give me to save me from banging on the desk, John?
Oh, I can totally.
It's announcement time. Oh, that is a completely anticlimactic drum roll. There's nothing at the end of it.
Would you?
Well, yeah, you got to be able to at least make the switch from.
So here. Do you guys? Does this sound good?
This is a terrible
Listen.
setup, John. Well, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was a little soft, but this is such a bad introduction. You should probably just give me the Viking horn.
Oh, the good old Viking horn.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go, Viking horn.
All right. So, announcement number 1 and announcement number 2 are very similar and tied together. So I'm going to make them as a package deal, John.
Please do.
We have signed our first 2 creative minds to join the Gratwick family.
So we have.
We've got 2 projects. One is by Robert Bexar. He's out of Houston. He won Best Pilot for this series called Geek Haven a few years ago, and we're going to help him create a writing team around it, develop it up, put some pizzazz into it, and get it ready for market. I think this project's got a whole lot of potential, John. We've got a couple sneaky surprises that we think we can add to it. I've got a buddy. The show is basically a group of ne'er-do-wells that own a comic book store, hanging out in the comic book store.
Okay.
So it's going to be all about the writing, the characters, the dynamic between all of them, more than it is like the location genre of the story that's going to sell it.
Okay.
And I got a buddy that's in Buffalo, and he actually owns 2 comic book stores, and he just diddle daddles on Facebook here and there, put some funny posts up, stuff like this.
Okay.
But for years, this dude has had writing potential all over him as an awesome comedy writer. So I've been looking for an opportunity to work him into something, to find the right thing to position him for success.
Okay.
And this kind of fell in our laps, and he's a comedy writer. He's got tons of hands-on experience. He owns 2 comic book stores.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
And all of this stuff can give us some real hands-on meat and potatoes into the script as we develop it forward.
Okay.
So I'm excited to put those 2 together. Be the first of a writing team. I'll be doing a little helping on the side with the writing as well. Right. So we've got a good solid 3-person writing team to build off of and start expanding.
Well, that's not. Hey, anytime you can get more help, and it's especially good help, talented help. Oh, it's always welcome. Any help is welcome, of course, but when you got talent, all the better.
Oh, it's a great project to start developing a writing team and adding some comedic flair to the whole package. And then the second project is one that's actually going to be going into production by the end of the year here. Actually, I think we're really right now targeting the second week of December. We'll have more details as this one rolls forward. Malek Haneen is he's been an awesome commercial director for a while. He's got a couple shorts he's done, and he's got this awesome visual talent and touch with this universe he's trying to create that plays with consciousness. You know how much you start.
Oh yeah, of course.
You start going down that rabbit hole, and I can talk about anything with it. But yeah, Malek's got this cool story called Aqua, Autem, Vita. I always get the A's mixed up.
I can understand that.
And it's a short story that's an introduction into a greater world and a bigger, broader story. Mm-hmm. So there's a feature film tied to it. We're gonna do some cool marketing stuff to sell the universe and not just the single entity project. But that one's supposed to be shooting second week in December. Gonna get that one knocked out and in a can quickly. It's got several actors that are on TV that are already kind of working, recognizable people. There's a lot of exciting stuff about this package, including the fact we're going to get to work with Steffi again, John. You know, who? Steffi, our favorite makeup girl. Who?
Oh, yeah, Steffi.
Who?
It's completely free. It's been forever.
She brings us Hungarian moonshine all the way home
Hungarian moonshine
from Hungary.
I don't drink.
And you don't even remember who she is.
Why should I remember that? No offense.
Because she's gorgeous?
Okay. I meet a lot of gorgeous women. I'm sorry,
John.
Steffi. I'm sure you're an amazing person.
You know Steffi, John. You've had a crush on her since the first time.
I have a crush on any woman that walks around. I love women.
Fair enough.
I did do that. Now, you didn't mention something about Malek, which I did a little bit of research.
Uh-oh.
Pontiac, Michigan, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And do you know who played in Pontiac, Michigan for many a year?
The Detroit
Those
Lions.
lovely, losable Detroit Lions.
That's where I saw my first football game before you did.
You said, I don't doubt that. I don't know why you got to one-up me for no particular reason, but you're right.
I saw your team before you saw your team.
Okay, what is that? I don't care.
Yeah,
Thanks, though. I
it
guess.
happened.
Hey, so you. Oh yeah, I'll get to it later. I got something else to say, but it'll.
You got anything else about Malek?
No, I'll address it.
Come from your research there?
I do, but I'll address it later in the show.
I didn't know. Is there going to be another appropriate time to come back around to this?
You'll see.
All right.
You'll see. Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, one of the cool things about Malek Short is Gratwick's going to be handling the marketing. We're going to be doing some fun things. I'm going to be putting together a package this week, and we'll be talking about it. But sooner or later, Malek's going to be sitting right here at this big, sweet desk, and we're going to ask him a whole bunch of questions about the show before it goes into production. We're going to talk about a lot of the cool elements that we're going to do. Now we've got all this live stream gear. We got to put this stuff to the test, John. Out in the field.
I mean, we just got it set up. Now we're going to go out in the field. Hey, new studio. Now we're going out in the field.
Well, for production, we go out in the field, John. That's how it works.
That's how it works, folks.
All
just
right.
so you know. Out in the field.
So
you guys went away. This is correct, right? Everybody knows this.
Yes, we went away.
I love it.
I still did Gratcast last week.
I attempted to do Gratcast last week. I told you what happened.
It was a 12-minute episode of Gratcast, John, and I think you participated in a good, solid 30 seconds of it.
I told you what happened, and I actually apologized to everyone on Facebook.
All you had to do was sit on the couch and shove your face into your phone. I'm out at a fire. I've been drinking for 7 hours straight, trying to stay warm, trying to make sure Andrea doesn't wander off and get abducted by crazy Patriot fans.
I think by Uncle Dave.
And yet I still had carried the load on the mobile Gratcast, John. Got nothing out of you.
I tried. I told you it's the old phone. It's not even the computer. I gotta go get a new one this week. Hey, I'm an old guy. I like to hold on to the old stuff.
See, now I gotta double back and recap things that I thought I was telling you last week, but instead I was telling it to Walt Disney.
Facebook's a horrible app. It was destroying everything on my dang phone.
All right, John.
It says dang.
So, it's been 2 weeks ago now.
Yes.
But we went to the Code Sox party.
This is right.
We rocked our faces off at the Code Sox party, and it was a really good time. Thurman Thomas popped in.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Thurman Thomas was in the house.
All right.
So, all right, John.
Let's go.
Andrea got a sweet picture with Thurman Thomas.
Probably
she got a sweet picture with Fred Jackson.
Probably could care
There's
less.
no idea who either one of them
That's what I'm saying.
are.
Probably could care less.
Now, I'm conflicted about how I handled something the night of the event, and I want you to tell me.
Okay.
So I've got kind of this rule, John. I don't ask for pictures with people. It doesn't matter.
Are they supposed to ask for pictures with you, or it just doesn't?
No. I see them as a human being, and I'm a human being.
Okay.
I don't want to bother them, and like you've got a whole line of people that are basically treating them like they're a poster board, a problem. They could care less anything about you. Just stand there, and be in my picture.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be just another random person. Hey, take my picture.
Okay.
So. But at the same time, it would be cool to kind of have the memories, and they were at this event. They were cool, and in this specific incident, we're talking about Thurman Thomas here, who was right there, shaking hands with everybody, being the coolest, nicest, down-to-earth guy. And for those who don't know, he was getting his jersey retired that weekend. Oh. His number was why he was in town. He was getting celebrated, so he was the man of the hour, the man of the weekend. All of this. There he was at the event. Nobody between him and me, hanging out, whatever. Everyone's going up and saying hi, telling their favorite Thurman story and all of this. And I didn't want to go sweat him. I didn't want to go, but at the same time...
But you did want to.
Nah.
But you did want to.
No.
How would you be... Listen to me. I understand the idea, but how would you be any different than any of the other millions? So if it's million and one...
Because I don't want that engagement to be empty. Like, if I'm going to hang out with a star, I want to be one-on-one,
all right,
shooting the shit. We're two guys telling war stories, whatever. So
okay.
But I don't want to be just another guy in the last 100 people that I just shook their hands of in 2 seconds later.
Ultimately, you're probably never going to have a conversation with Thurman Thomas because
absolutely not.
The odds are probably that you're not.
But that was the opportunity and the time to tell him that, like, listen, man, I know you went through some tough times in that after football, whatever. But like the '90s Bills had a profound impact on my life.
You tell him that, dude.
They made me who I am. Like the character, the perseverance.
I love to hear that, bro.
Yeah, I know. But it doesn't, like, you know how I am when it comes to authenticity and
But you were being authentic and sincere. That's why it would come across that way, and he would have known.
But that's the problem is internally being authentic and sincere to myself. I can't go down like that. I can't be another guy just walking up saying, "Oh, you're awesome." Because I don't know. I can relate too much and see myself on the other side, and where it's cool.
But that's part of what they're doing. That's their life.
That's where I'm conflicted. Is that like,
they chose that life. You didn't. You did not choose that. So, they should be able to accept all the stuff that comes with it, good and bad.
See, I have kind of these philosophies when I came to LA.
Okay.
The first one was standing in line at red carpets or clubs, all of this shit.
Okay.
I told myself I would never stand in line for anything in Hollywood until I was too important to stand in the line. So I just arrived, walked right past, VIP, don't have to stand in line. If that doesn't happen, I don't need to be there. And the other thing is, if I go somewhere and I'm in a room where there's some other big celebrity star and all of that, like everybody wants to talk to him. Oh, Brad Pitt's in the room.
Sure.
Oh, now you got everybody in the room's trying to sweat Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one more guy sweating Brad Pitt. I want to be the dude over there chilling, doing my own thing.
Yes, but Brad
Pitt's like, who the fuck is this guy? Why doesn't he? I'm Brad Pitt. You don't want to talk to me? Now Brad Pitt's like, I got to talk to this guy that can't even be bothered to talk to me.
Do you think that's what Brad Pitt would think?
I don't know, but
look, there's a strange guy standing in the corner. He looks like he wants to speak to me, but he's standing in the corner. Maybe I should go approach him and say, "Hi, sir."
I'm not saying wallflower it, but I'm saying I mind my own damn business, man. And usually this is how all the freaks at the party start talking to me. Because I'm just chilling over there by myself, doing my own thing, and weird talky guy, which is usually somebody like you, comes up and just starts,
there's a guy with a personality who wants to talk to me. What do I do? Oh, no. God forbid. So you're probably the strange guy who meets him in the bathroom. You just happen to be going
I'm not meeting anybody in the bathroom.
Hey, Mr. Pitt, how you doing? I normally don't talk to people while I'm peeing, but I just want to say something. I don't want to be just like everyone else.
I don't like talking to that guy either.
Who does, really? Let's be honest.
So
you didn't talk to your idols and you wanted to share, or at least Thurman Thomas.
So you're telling me if you were at a party and Hendrik Zetterberg is there, you would have made sure to elbow your way to the front of the line sooner or later?
As long as he was there, like, specifically to be there for the public. If he was eating dinner, I wouldn't be like, "Hey, Hendrik Zetterberg, I'm so sorry. I'm your biggest." No, I wouldn't do that. Why would I do that? But if you're there to sign or you're there for the fans specifically, I would totally do that. 100%. That's why they're there.
Yeah, but
Dude, Thurman Thomas was getting his number retired. Of course you could say good things to him about him.
I don't want the fanboy experience. I want
Dude,
the human experience.
That is the human experience. That's the difference. He would appreciate the fact that you told him how positively he affected your life. You're not like, ugh, go Sabres.
Right.
I was on the Bills. Ugh, Bills. Like, come on, dude.
I have regretted passing up the opportunity, passing up the moment.
You gotta take it by the balls.
Had Andre Reed been there, I absolutely would have.
Okay.
And the only person I would 100% like, I gotta get a picture. There is. No, you don't know who?
No, I'm sorry.
Seriously, you don't know who the one person is that if I was in the same room with them, there's no way I'm walking out of there without getting a picture with them.
Yeah, it would be Brett Favre. Brett Favre. My bad. I wasn't thinking. I heard something in my ear. I wasn't sure what it was. Okay.
All right, John. So
Brett
we're still back in Buffalo.
Sweating it.
Still back in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's cold, right? Oh, but
It
not
was
cold
cold.
enough to rain, or not cold enough to snow.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that
Not
is
cold
the
enough to
worst,
snow.
man.
Yeah.
The whole week we're there.
Yeah.
It is 40s and rain.
Yeah.
And just tickle in the 30s, but not enough to turn into snow where it's fluffy and you're not wet anymore.
That's how it was when I moved out to LA in 2007. Anyway, almost freezing, but just cold enough to be an ice cold rain. Anyway, did you need an umbrella or was it a drizzle?
I'm not using an umbrella, John.
I mean, in general,
I still got the
your girl
freaking-
probably used an umbrella. I'm just asking,
hat.
did people use umbrellas?
Andrea's running around in a snowsuit at the tailgate party.
Were there raincoats out? Did people have
No,
raincoats?
it was never.
Nobody
It was
cares.
never like a heavy rain
Oh,
that was starting to soak you.
like a mist or
Yeah,
something
it was
real
kind of
light.
like the cold, little misty.
It's been a long time
kinda-
since I've been in that kind of weather, so it's honestly you almost have to.
Oh, dude, I got that. Took me down right away.
Oh, jeez.
My mom's got me out there freaking 7:30 in the morning, no coat, trying to help her in the yard. Gotta get ready for winter.
Oh, jeez.
So we're scooping fish out of the pond that's probably frozen over twice by now.
What? Scooping fish out of a pond?
Yeah, she's got one of the little like
a koi pond?
yeah,
like
like a
koi
little
fish?
koi pond thing. But she's got no head count, so we don't know how many fish we're looking in there for. We're trying to scoop them out and
okay.
muddy in the waters.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we got them all. We'll have to come back and check.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was a disaster. So while we were there, we went to a blockchain meetup, John.
Tell me about this blockchain meetup. I'm always interested to hear a good.
It's bless their hearts. It's a bunch of forward-thinking early adopters in Buffalo trying to find each other and trying to find other rare gems hidden in the coal mines, so to speak. It's just it's a very 9-to-5 type of city and all of that. Mm-hmm. So like, there's not a lot of people that like totally grasp the blockchain, what's going on with it and that. So it was really cool to see these guys and just probably a good 50-50 mix. I'm not gonna say guys in a generic term, like there was no girls there.
No, of course.
But it was a cool meetup. Oh, dude, this coffee house that they had it on was like this 4-layer spiraling coffee house called the boathouse or the row house. It was the
like row house.
Yeah, like a row house.
Okay.
Like kind of like maybe the Skull and Bones Secret Society met around the corner, and they came to the row house for a couple cold ones.
Sure, sounds good.
But that's what this kind of vibe was in this place, man. It was a beautiful place for a little blockchain meetup.
Okay.
So we went there, sat down, kind of told everybody what's going on, how we were working with eLabs, and we want to be a part of their blockchain network, and we're gonna have our distribution app, and all this cool stuff's going on. Okay. And it was a very interesting give and take. A lot of the cool ideas that they have in developing, and it was nice to, number one, kind of sit at a table with other entrepreneurs that were all spitballing different ideas and just trying to help each other like push the ball forward. And then on the other side of it, it was cool to see all of these tech people try to reach out and connect with each other and just find in a community where, like LA, there's probably 30 blockchain meetup groups.
Oh, yeah, I know.
All over the place around here. Oh, yeah. We're probably at the front lines of the blockchain adoption.
Probably, most likely.
But for somewhere like Buffalo to really pull these people together and all start turning from it and that, there's a whole subculture that I didn't realize with it. There are some incubators that are supporting new startups and companies that are growing with all of this, and they're really trying to make Buffalo a little tech hub and bring there's a lot of revitalization going on in the city. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of money being thrown into buildings that are being renovated and brought back up to life. Like, it's unbelievable, some of the growth in some of the neighborhoods where I used to work in old abandoned factory buildings there was like a boiler room area where they had cubicles set up, and we were doing
Like Nightmare on Elm Street boiler room.
Yeah, we were basically doing illegal collections out of backroom factories and stuff that are now all these factories.
Collections?
Oh yeah.
Of abandoned factories? That sounds a little shady,
dude,
don't you think?
There was one that we were like on the third floor of a factory building. All the windows were broken on the place. There was nothing else operating out of this factory building except this maybe 2,000 or 3,000 square foot office space where we had cubicles and stuff in there.
Wow.
Yeah, and now it's this huge, giant, sprawling M&T corporate building.
I'm actually glad to hear that, to be honest, because Detroit, hopefully they can build up too, because it's been, yeesh.
Yeah, so a lot of all these things are all tied together. They're trying to bring projects back to the community. They're trying to bring businesses back to the community. One of the board members that we have that's located in Buffalo, he's part of the Chamber of Commerce, some nonprofit organizations.
Yeah.
They have this competition every single year where they give a startup company $1 million grand prize based on their proposal, their submission, what they want to do for Buffalo, and to try to recruit new startups into the community.
Okay.
So this is one of the things that we're trying to really get into the wave of and ride right in to hopefully be one of the front runners for next year's competition with it.
But one of the joys that I hear in that and what you're saying, which is of course amazing, is most people who want to give to a city are actually very kind, generous, thoughtful, giving people. It's not really like someone it's not like they're just like, oh, I'm just here to make money. I mean, people want to make money, of course, but if you can make money and give to a city like your hometown, like Buffalo, it's amazing.
And that's really kind of the given that's great about the equation. If we're making good content, which I feel like you can make that anywhere.
Yeah.
If you've got the tools, you've got the story.
Especially nowadays where you really can make it anywhere.
Absolutely. So if you're working from the basis of we're gonna make good content, you already know you're gonna make a decent amount of money. As long as you're responsible with the budgets and put that back into it. So you're working from a point where it doesn't matter where we're based out of, where we're located. Make good content. We'll make decent money.
Yep.
So the rest of it is where do you want to set up shop? Where do you want to be involved in? And there's a million different reasons why you could try to set up in Hollywood and be you'd be great to reach it and be the 7th biggest studio in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But you go to Buffalo, you go somewhere like that, and not only is the art more embraced, the culture more embraced, the opportunities more meaningful to the community and the impact, the artists you can work more directly in hand with and find talent in the area. But you're the only studio in town. You're the guys making the cool movies and Robert Rodriguez is the one I keep pointing out to, John, and going back to. The guy's a Hollywood director. He did the Spy Kids, did all these major movies and stuff, but he started from the indie world. And when he had an opportunity to set up his shop and set up base of operations, he went back to his hometown of Austin, bought an abandoned airport, and turned the hangars into sound stages.
Yeah, that's incredible. It reminds me of, I think Prince did the same thing. I know it's music, it's a little different.
Oh, yeah.
But it's hitting fame and then taking that fame home and sharing it with your hometown. That's I love that. It's a great story.
Absolutely. There's so many benefits to it on an emotional level, a personal level, the financial level. Why spend all of this crazy amounts of money trying to hold real estate and a position here in Hollywood when you could do it for far better and far cheaper that allows you to have more resources, more state-of-the-art stuff that you can put into the studio, more financial funds to put back into projects that can be made in these studios to keep them up and running. It just the numbers are so much more viable and feasible, and there's just a limitless talent pool that hasn't been tapped into yet and given these kind of opportunities.
But I mean, it's on the rise is the whole point.
Oh, absolutely. The whole city's on the rise. But artistically, there's nothing. There's no lightning rod in the city on a artistic or cultural roadmap. Like they're still known as a hockey town, a blue collar town, a football town.
Yeah.
But like if you're not a sports fan in Buffalo, there's not a lot of city identity for you.
No, there's not like a big music scene, or there's not a big like acting scene or anything like that. Those ideas.
No. I mean, a lot of that's Toronto, a lot of that's New York City,
Toronto,
a lot of.
Oh yeah, I guess you're kind of in the middle of
those
meccas.
So I mean, there's little sub pockets, but there's not like something to call our own. There's several times actually. investment groups have tried to bring a studio to Buffalo. And two of the reasons they failed is, number one, they were building it off of, well, if we build it, Hollywood will come mindset. So if we bring a studio to Buffalo, we don't have any content. We're not going to be giving it any business. We're going to hope Hollywood comes here and pays us to use our studio.
Right.
And the numbers just didn't work with that.
Okay.
And then, so on our side, not only are we going to have our own content that we're committed to making and producing there, which gives the studio a reason for existing and constant commitment to business and all of that, which means anything you attract from Hollywood that shoots in the area or uses a facility is a secondary revenue stream. It's a secondary support thing. It's not the bread and butter of the studio because we don't have anything of ourselves, so we got to attract all these productions to come here. And then second thing that we have going that any previous attempts to bring a studio to Buffalo didn't have is the ability to have the audience own part of the studio so we can raise a film fund. By having the audience invest in the company, those funds can be used to finance movies that are shot in those studios that then give us business and allow us to operate and cover all of the numbers coming and going.
Right.
It's just a tremendous amount of benefit. And then, oh, dude, I added something cool to the package as it's been rolling along here.
Okay, what's that?
Cities are throwing money at esports. Columbus threw a bunch of money. Arlington, Texas put $10 million of city funds into building the biggest esports arena in the world.
Where? Arlington, Texas?
Arlington, Texas. Which is Dallas, and they got everything else.
Yeah, they got a lot of
there.
money.
Yeah.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But, so $2-3 million into our studio plan, and we can build a state-of-the-art esports arena in our studio. We can have one of our sound stages that converts into an esports arena.
Well,
and that can attract from anywhere on the East Coast major events and stuff into the Buffalo area. So it's another boost to the community and something to draw national attention.
I mean, hey, anything that can help that city. I know it's been a tough time for the city of Buffalo. Let's get them some positive
tough time,
energy.
John.
Let's
that Monday night game. So we went into this Monday night game hoping that it would at least be bad enough that we could leave at halftime after Thurman got his number retired and get out of there, stop freezing our faces off. Or at least exciting enough that there was a reason to stay. Great game. We pulled off the upset. Instead, what do we get? We get the Anaconda game.
Oh.
Where they just kick some field goals. It slowly death spirals. You know the offense is never going to really get anything going. It's not really that bad out here, but we're surrounded by a bunch of jackasses that don't know football etiquette. Like, okay, you stand on third downs. You get excited for the big moments in the game. Every little generic first down, we don't need to be standing, folks. Sit down, relax a little bit, know the protocol. The banging on the chairs. Oh, big play, bang on the chairs. I'm all for it. Great. Adds a little nuance to the whole thing. But usually you don't bang on the chairs when the person's still trying to sit in the chair. It's usually when we're all standing up on third down, you bang on the empty chairs. No, not the section we were in.
Jeez.
Wasn't the best section, but and then of course it's 9-6 the whole time. It's 9-6 the whole time. Now we're walking out of the stadium and somehow we're down by 27. It's like, what? I don't even know. Like, the Bills have mastered the slow blowout this season. It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, you had Derek Anderson. What did you expect? I mean, he wasn't even playing for a team before the season started, was he?
No, he was dude, everybody that
He's a street QB.
Everybody that wasn't, all of these washed up bums that weren't on an opening day roster.
Yeah.
They're all getting scooped up now and getting thrown some game checks to suffer through this abuse. The only question left with this season is how many quarterbacks are we going to get killed before we actually talk to Colin Kaepernick? That's the big mystery left.
I don't get that either. Like Derek Anderson, I don't think compares to Colin Kaepernick.
Matt Barkley?
Oh, gee, I didn't even hear Matt Barkley too much earlier today.
Oh yeah. He's the new backup.
Oh, he's already on the team?
Yeah. They had to sign him this past week
Ugh.
because they walked into the game against the Bears with only
Peterman.
Yeah.
He obviously did no good either.
Oh.
Come on, that guy's. When are you going to label him a bust?
Oh my God, that dude is so snake bitten.
He's a practice champion, but when it comes to a game, he can't do it.
Did you see the interceptions he threw this week?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, John. First one hits Terrell Pryor right in the hands. He's got it, but he bobbles it around. As Terrell Pryor's falling to the ground, he reaches out one last time and pops the ball up in the air, so it just becomes this big juicy meatball.
The big old beach ball for the
that's coming down. Then freaking the next interception, He tries to hit a slant route, and the slant route somehow gets jammed down, kicked off somebody's foot, up in the air, and it is a cherry for a 15-yard walk-in for a pick six. And then the other one is like 15 yards downfield or whatever. He's throwing it low and away, so only the receiver can catch it. And the DB makes an insanely great play on the ball and comes up with the interception. This dude has something like 18 interceptions or something and 111 career passes. Yeah, just an insane amount. But the frequency of deflections that aren't his fault or insane plays by the DBs that get made against this guy, it's unbelievable.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. I didn't even watch the game. I didn't care. My Lions lost, and they looked horrible, and they're done for the season, I imagine.
The retirement ceremony for Thurman Thomas was actually really cool. They turned the lights off.
Oh, it was during.
It was during halftime. We stayed for that. Okay. Dude, so I got my tickets on my phone, right? I'm walking in to get the ticket scanned, and my battery's got 59% on it. Uh-oh. They scanned 2 tickets, and I walked to my seat, directly to my seat. Don't stop, get a drink, don't go to the bathroom, none of this stuff. By the time I got to my seat, my battery's down to 5%. 55% of battery I lost walking into the stadium. Wasn't even able to record the whole Thurman Thomas ceremony.
What kind of phone you got?
Got the Galaxy S9, man. State of the art. Brand new.
And so when the battery dies, don't hit the table. When the battery dies, you have to get a new phone, right? You can't do anything. Like when it permanently dies, you can't replace the battery. Is that right?
Yeah. You can't take batteries out anymore because
that's why I held on to this old thing. That's why I held on to it.
No.
Because this phone here, which clearly is now almost like a paperweight, it still works though. I can still use it. It can change the memory card and the battery, which I've done multiple times. Because I feel like you're ramrodded into it. It's like, well, you can't replace the battery. What are you gonna do? It's just a piece of junk now. Now we can remove the memory cards again, so we can do that. But just throw it out or what?
They don't allow you to remove the batteries, so you can't slip off the grid easy. That's why they don't want you.
Removing the battery have to do with slipping off the grid?
Because even if you turn your phone off, if the battery's still plugged in, they can still remotely track your GPS and activate the mic and all of that. Oh. So by not allowing you to take your battery out of your phone, you can never go off the grid. Oh. As long as you have your phone with you.
Well, I'm going to go off the grid for maybe another 4 days or a week, but then I have to get a new phone.
Yes, you do, John.
I know.
We are. Relax. One of the other things coming for the new studio is a 2-camera setup. We're gonna have cuts coming soon.
So it's not on both of us the whole time. It's just you on whoever's speaking, right?
Oh yeah.
Much better setup.
Supposedly the Sling Studio, we can set it up so it cuts on voice activated. Yeah.
Well, if we're sitting next to each other, that might not be.
Well, I mean,
we'll just be constantly on both of us.
We're gonna find out, John. That's the beauty of the exploration.
And you're gonna find out with us.
All right, John. It is time to move on to what's become one of my favorite parts of the weekly Gratcast.
Yes, and what is that?
Discord questions!
Oh, yes. Let's go get them.
First round of Discord questions from the new studio. If you're watching and you're not in the Discord server, now's the time to jump in. Hit us up on Facebook.
Most stuff.
Twitter, Instagram, all of them have the link to the Discord server. Jump in. We got lots of cool stuff we're going on. Andrea runs a host operation where she does weekly different giveaways and prizes and interaction stuff, quizzes, trivia, scavenger hunts. It goes down in the Discord. And if you're not in the Discord currently but just have a question, you can still fire it away in the comments section, and Andrea will get it into this week's Discord questions. What do we got? First question.
First question we have is, with Christmas coming around so soon and people getting sick so fast.
Sick? Who's sick?
Good old King Runny Nose over here.
What's the best cure for when you're sick? And what makes you feel better the fastest?
Telling yourself you're not sick. That's how I do it, John.
And you can see how well that works. Moving on to a real, something with a little bit of substance, let's be honest.
If you convince yourself you're not sick enough times, eventually you won't be sick.
Yeah. Well, eventually you won't be sick.
Exactly.
So you'll recover from the cold and you won't be sick, just like anyone else. But anyone else who takes care of themselves a little bit, eating a little healthier, drinking a lot of liquids, clear liquids,
John,
that sort of stuff.
I've got one of the strongest immune systems in the human race.
That's why you have a runny nose right now, because you have a super strong immune system. I can tell.
I'd have pneumonia if
you
I
say,
didn't.
yeah. Like the average person would have a horrible flu and they'd be bedridden. Not me. I just have the sniffles.
Seems like you already know the argument.
Well, yeah, because I know you. Anyway, I would personally, I've told people this for years, and most people don't believe me. When you're feeling sick, 3 things to do, in all seriousness.
Oh.
Fresh oranges, fresh blueberries, lots of antioxidants, vitamin C, good for the system.
What do I do with them?
You eat them, dude. What do you do with them? You bake them in a pie and you give them to your dog? Well, come on, dude.
You could cut the oranges and keep them nearby and allow the citrus in the air.
Oh my goodness. I mean, okay, I'm sure our viewers understand that I'm not going to cut oranges and put them on the floor for scent. You eat them. Of course you eat them.
On the floor.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying. So
you
eat the oranges and the blueberries. They're actually very good. You got to get rest and you got to drink a lot of water. I'll tell you, this is a true story. It's honestly a true story.
Uh-oh.
I wish there was a button for true story. Anyway.
Nothing else we've told was true.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. Like this is it might. So I've had sinus infections before. Okay, and I've gone to the doctor, get antibiotics.
I'm turning the lights red for a true story.
We all know how it works. Sinus infections, and they're horrible. If you've ever had one, they're horrible. So I had one a few years back. I don't know, maybe 3-4 years back. It was pretty bad. I was bedridden. It was for what? Here.
Horrible.
Put everything back in the basket because we can't be sick. So, you know what? I'm not even gonna tell a story anymore. I don't care.
What?
No, I'm done. We can move on. It's
What?
okay. Nah.
Well, technically, it was Discord questions.
Yeah. Let's go to. Oh, okay. So I told you the blueberries, the oranges. You got to drink a lot of water. I'll finish the story. I'll make it quick. Sinus infection. This is what I did. I was sick. You lay down. You drink. I actually bought a gallon of water. You know you guys know when I brought those gallons over and I would drink them. Whatever. I would do it. Just whatever. That's what I did. So
that flush the system.
That's what I'm telling you. So what I did was when I was sick, when I had that and I knew it was a sinus infection, I just took the jug, which you can do a glass of water, whatever. Drink. Just slam a bunch of water. Don't get ridiculous. Lay down because you have to rest the body. You absolutely have to. So you do that. You drink a lot of water. You wake up. You're gonna pee. It's just gonna happen. You come back, you wake up, you pee, you go back, you drink a lot more water, you lay back down. Rinse and repeat. It took me 2 days, and I lost a sinus infection that they say you need antibiotics to kill. I didn't need them. I didn't even do the oranges and the blueberries at that point. I was so sick. I just drank all the waters. All the waters.
Yeah, what about the finished ta-da? There's no finished ta-da for that?
Yeah, right there.
Ta-da!
They're so quiet, though. But yeah, do that. Lots of water and fresh fruits. But I mean, obviously, the fruits that I prefer are oranges and blueberries. I know avocado's good for you too, but
or just tell yourself you're not sick.
Or just keep the sniffles for the rest of your life. Whatever you do. Anytime you go live, let's have the sniffles.
Got the hack.
You got any more questions?
Sammy wants to know, when do you start the Christmas season?
I started in December, when you should start it. Why would I start in October? People started in October. I got to be quiet. I forgot. I think we're a little loud today.
What's a numerical date for not starting at all?
We'll just say
You
you don't.
don't like to buy other people presents, or you just don't want to have to deal with the stress?
Well, when I do buy presents, I have a tradition of waiting until December 23rd or later to buy presents. Because here's why. I don't want to buy presents and have to hide them forever, because if I buy a present and I want to give it to somebody, and I always end up giving it to them early. So I learned early on, if I'm doing presents, we buy them at the last minute so I can give you the present tomorrow and I don't have to wait long.
But have you not also realized that if you go at the last minute, there's a lot less to choose from?
No.
Oh, okay.
Choose what's there. And there's a lot less freaking psychos at the mall. Everybody else.
I don't know about
you get
that.
them last second deals. Oh yeah, man.
There's a lot of psychos at the
man,
malls and the grocery stores around those holidays.
We used to get
They're
a crew
horrible.
together to go last minute Christmas shopping. That was a thing.
A crew?
A crew, bro.
Who?
Like at least 6.
Like you Chewy and
God,
R2?
you don't know these cats.
Get moving.
You don't know the cats.
Come on, dude.
Ernie.
You said I didn't know these cats. I know Ernie. What's up,
Yeah,
Ernie? I know you're watching this, Ernie. How you doing, buddy? How you
Mike?
doing? Which Mike? All the mics. I know all the mics. What's up, Mike?
Several mics.
Yeah. One of us is probably telling us we're too loud
Several
right now.
mics now.
Truth be told. You playing on words.
Do you got any answer to this question, John?
What was the question again?
Oh dear Lord.
Help me out. Give me the question again.
When does Christmas season start?
Yeah, December. I said it in the beginning. I start December 1st. I don't like it because October, you hit Halloween, and as soon as Halloween's over, you think it's Thanksgiving, and you get it for maybe a little bit, and then boom, it's on to Christmas because they got to sell you all the toys, they got to sell you all the retail. So I think traditionally it's December is when it starts. After Thanksgiving, that's where I'm at. I'm an older dude. That's where I feel it should be, and the marketing and all that other BS is just taking control. I don't like it.
There was a study released recently, John,
Yeah.
that stated the earlier you start to celebrate Christmas, the happier you are. I think that is a bunch of load of crap.
Yeah.
I think the earlier you celebrate Christmas, the crazier you are, and you're trying to convince yourself you're super happy with all these festivities. You know these people, John? They're completely oblivious and they just tell themselves they're happy. I don't know if that's actually what happy is or not.
Well, I mean, hypothetically, if you say that you're healthy or you say that you're happy, if you say if you're healthy enough, you'll be healthy. Maybe if you say you're happy enough, you'll be happy enough.
These are the same jackasses that are trying to do Christmas in July. You ever dealt with these knuckleheads?
Obviously not.
It's just an excuse to pull the Christmas stuff back out. That's all it is, because I'm happy when there's Christmas stuff. No, you're not.
You sound like a tyrant.
Oh, no. No.
Jeez.
There's nothing more. Why do you think the clown is always sad inside? That's what the Christmas freak is doing. They're the clown that's crying on the inside.
Oh my gosh. None of you celebrate Christmas in July. I don't, however.
Next Discord question.
Who was your biggest inspiration in life? And do they know it?
Do they personally know it?
But you have some,
Kris
those are
is
some.
the Grinch.
Those are why this is hard to actually grow. Seven sizes or whatever the Grinch is hard to actually grew.
I'd say I have 3 major influences that I can directly attribute things to.
Yeah, I already know one of them.
And I've never told them personally as of yet, because we haven't done the...
We know one of them.
We haven't done the cigar smoking, hanging out like guys, rather than the fanboy crap. That's why I haven't had a chance to tell them yet.
That's because I don't smoke cigars. They're disgusting.
It's a figure of speech, John.
I know.
I don't think the guys I'm talking about smoke cigars either. Well, one of them does, but it's not tobacco cigars.
Is one of them not on this plane with us anymore? Is one of them not here anymore?
Dead?
Yes.
Yes, one of the 3 is dead, John.
Yes. Okay.
I don't think you know who it is, though.
Well, I was going to ask, when he passed, did they put his image on the bite of the apple?
They may have, John.
So maybe I know one of the people you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Why don't you share with us who your biggest influence is to get you where you are now?
Well, the first biggest influence would have to be Brett Favre. I mean,
Like a father figure.
Listen, the 90s Bills as a collective subconsciously taught me how to be a person. So I wouldn't say any of the individuals there. The first individual was Brett Favre. He was my surrogate father, taught me how to be a man, taught me how to lead the troops, taught me how to be a fun-loving guy that gets guys to run through a wall for them. That's what I learned from Brett Favre. Then there was Jay-Z.
Knew that one too. Could have called that.
Jay-Z shared the blueprint several times over. I believe 3 times. And I've listened to the blueprint. I've followed the blueprint. And his perseverance, his willingness to rise from anything, to take anything and turn the setting into his favor is something I've taken from Jay-Z. And yes, the third one is Steve Jobs. And from that, I've learned how to be a crazy, brilliant psychopath that grinds everybody's gears, but ultimately gets great results that have yet to come.
Okay, that sounds good. Wow, you have
John?
it mapped out. I mean, I never
For
really had an idol. I would honestly say like my father, but that didn't work out so well.
What about me, John?
What?
Wow.
Oh my! Wow! Talk about fishing.
What?
Oh my goodness!
Gross.
Honestly, I mean, it's gonna sound weird. I'm gonna say, my mother, as traditional as that is, she actually has done a great job. She's always positive, always, no matter what I do, even when I make mistakes. Although there is one story I'm going to tell you about my mother, and she may not appreciate it, although she may never watch this, so she may never know. I was very young working in Detroit. It was a new job. It was very snowy and icy. You know how those conditions are. New Job City. I'm leaving work, and I'm just going towards the highway, and I'm going through some interesting streets, but all snow-covered. And
Slushing through the snow?
yeah, pretty much. So I'm going down the street, and then on the corner, it's a 4-way corner, and there's a liquor store on the left, and then it's open field on the right. So I look So I look to the right, clearly nothing.
Into the open field.
Yes. And then as I go into the intersection, I look to the left, and then I see headlights.
Oh.
Yes.
Look out.
Well, apparently there was a snowed over stop sign that I didn't see.
Oh.
So it was my fault. So then the guy T-bones me right on it was a 4-door, T-bones me right where the doors connect, knocks me 20 feet, 30 feet, whole car's caved in. I'm surprisingly okay, and the car's still on, and the heat's on, and the music's still going. It was very surreal. To make this story short, to not drag it on.
Do you know what song was playing?
I want to say Living on a Prayer, but I'm pretty sure it was not that. I couldn't tell you. The guy jumps out of the car. He's raging. He said, "What are you trying to do, man? You trying to kill me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to drive into this section so you can T-bone me so I can kill you. That's what I'm going to do." But I was freaking out, so I was just kind of like, just whatever. Long story short, cops come. We deal with the situation. This is about my mom. So I call my mom. I say, "Mom, I've been in a car accident. I need you to come pick me up." She says, "Oh my God, John, I just got out of the shower." Then I hear my stepfather go, "Pam, what the hell is wrong with you?" I don't know how, she must have repeated it. He's like, "We're going to go pick up your son." And I was just like, she wasn't going to pick me up because her hair was wet.
That's your idol?
That one time wasn't the best moment. But yeah, my mom is my idol. She always encourages me. It's great. I've tripped and stumbled out here so many times, and I talk to my mother. Always positive. Always. It's never negative. It's amazing. So I know it sounds very, but it is. I would say my mom, she's been there through a lot of my life and helped me in a lot of ways that other people didn't. So,
you've got to work on matching the examples with the material.
I mean,
talking about how your mom was an idol, and you told the story of the one time.
Yeah, of course, because that's a very personal thing. It's a very funny story. It's funny. My mom's a funny woman. She's very good. I'm sorry. My idols are Jesus, President, all the presidents of the United States, all of them, and I like dolphins.
Does your mom know she's the greatest inspiration in your life?
And turtles. Not right now. She doesn't.
Are you planning on telling her?
Of course.
Seems to me like an idol should be watching the show.
Oh, so Steve Jobs watching this show?
He would if he could, John.
Yeah.
He would if he could.
Same with my mom. She's probably in bed. It's 3 hours later.
Steve gave us the technology to be able to do this show.
Okay.
What'd your mom do for us?
She birthed me. And here I am. You're welcome.
Whew.
Without me, it would be you. Well, you and Andrea. Who actually, Andrea, I think, does an amazing job. I told you that before.
Yeah, but I can't get into as many quips with Andrea.
It's just, yeah. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, I love my mom. Are you kidding me? Of course, she's my idol.
Discord questions. Do we have any more?
Let's go.
Final Discord question.
Final Discord question.
Kind of this theme, but it's a little different.
Oh.
It's inspired by the hypothetical question on Discord this week of the if you are what you eat, what is your favorite food? Because it describes you if you describe the food, in theory. So, if you were stranded on an island,
these island
desert,
questions.
I know, what is that?
John, you weren't there for that one. Chris and I were there with the...
Yeah, the 9-year-old tickets. I remember. I told you. I heard the whole show.
Freaking Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, the Anthony Hopkins, yeah.
So if
Chris
you
didn't
were
like that.
stranded on an island,
with
desert,
Anthony
tropical,
Hopkins,
other whatever, what movie, book, person, and food would you bring? Remembering that whatever your favorite thing is also kind of describes who you are.
is the food unlimited?
You get one kind of food. You can eat as much of it as you want. You're not gonna get one chicken wing.
But if
But you can say it's chicken wings. That's the food you can eat.
And I get unlimited chicken wings for as long as I'm on the island?
Yep, you get one food forever.
But it's only one type, so you got to make sure you love it.
I think I know what I'd go with here on this.
Okie dokie.
Let's go back and forth. Let's go food first, John.
Then you go first, because I'm on book.
Mine would be a cheesecake. And here's why. It's heavy, thick, and doesn't take up a lot of space.
A lot of sugar, diabetes.
Sure, but you're always full.
Okay.
Okay, I would, let's see. I would go with spare ribs, because I love spare ribs. They're barbecue spare ribs. Got to be barbecue. I can do that. Actually, when I told you before, if you remember, when I was working the Chinese restaurant, all they would feed you was almond chicken. I ate almond chicken straight for like 6 months. I could probably do almond chicken. I honestly probably could, truth be told, as weird as that is. But yeah, so then now I'll take over for book. Okay. Does it have to be one book or can it be a series? I'll just say it's a series. I'm just going to alter your question. Sorry.
That's fine.
I would do, genuinely, the Dragonlance series. It's no joke. It's a long series. It touches a lot of different generations. It hits, it's very dramatic. It's very funny. It's very action-packed. It's sad. It rides the gamut of all the emotions. It gives you love stories. It gives you just a lot of it. It gives you everything. And like I said, so you see it through the generations. That's why I like the series of the Dragonlance. I would definitely do that for a book or series. What about you for a book? Are you going to say Steve Jobs' life story?
I would pick Decoded because Jay-Z would give me some inspirational shit to help get my ass off this island.
Oh. I'm guessing the whole idea is that you're trapped on the island and just that's it. Like there's no way out.
Well,
like you're lost.
If you're willing to settle, maybe if you read Decoded, you'd know how to get off the island.
Fair enough.
Movie. Wow.
I'm letting him go first.
Stumper.
The easy answer is a movie I watched a million times, but because I've watched it a million times...
You might not want to watch it a million more.
There'd have to be a different one that I'd watch a million times over. And I just can't really... It's been a while since there was a new addition to the shrine of great movies. I haven't seen one in a while that I'm like, yeah, add that to the list.
Well, so then, barring that, what's one that you would? I mean, that's the whole idea. I don't even know what I would do either. I'm thinking I'm buying myself some time.
I guess if I just want to be entertained over and over again, it's either Christmas Vacation or Snatch.
Oh, gosh, those are two great movies, I gotta say. I mean, those really are
Every
two
single line.
amazing
Every
movies.
single line.
And Snatch is so funny because they purposely wrote him so you can barely or not understand him at all,
Fucking
right?
do a Karen, no fucking reason.
Yeah, see, exactly. But you can actually understand a little bit what he says, and that's why I like it. It's not all gibberish.
Dags? I like Dags.
Yeah, he's actually
Like Caravans more.
Dags. So those are your two. Those would be your
How
two.
long are
or
those
between
sausages,
those
Avi?
two? I mean, Shaun of the Dead was. I mean, I don't know, to watch that over and over and over though. There was another one like Snatch. Oh, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. That's a good movie. You ever see that?
Yeah.
It's no
But
Snatch.
yeah, well, exactly.
No,
So it
I hear
automatically
ya.
is...
I mean, I like The Matrix, but I mean, to watch that, like, oh, this island could be real or it could be fake for the rest, for however long. I mean, I don't know. One single movie. Let's see. I'll pick one. You know what? I'll go with Lord of the Rings. If we could do the trilogy, I'll do the trilogy. A lot of fantasy. It's extended. Hey, you don't have to agree with it. I didn't say Steve J. Hey, my hero's some dead dude who's never
Watch these guys
gonna know.
walk across the land for infinitely.
Hey, he's this guy's very opinionated. Just FYI, he'll slap his opinion down on it all. So that's good though. That's good.
The only movie you have to watch is the one where they never get to their end of their journey. Just over and over again, they're walking again. Oh, they're walking again. Got another ring to get rid of.
That's why it's epic. It's epic because it's such a long walk. They made
Until
a song.
tomorrow when they got another ring to get rid of.
Yeah, well, some dude wrote a song he'd walk 500 miles to be with someone. So I mean, come on. Anyway, so the movie is there? What's after the movie?
Person.
I'm gonna go with Anthony Hopkins. Person? I would want to go. Well, I mean, I don't know. No, I don't know. Help me out. You got anything? I'm
Sure, Alexander Daddario.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. That's how you answered it before. It didn't change. See, he's consistent. Who would I want to go with? I would want to go with my mom. No. Let's see. Nah, that was a bad joke. I do love
Mom
my
and Anthony Hopkins are getting it on in the hut. And
Yeah.
You get to sit there and listen to it the whole time. It's a great movie.
Yeah, and I get to watch what's her name? Alexandra Daddario reject you every time. Just because she's sharing the island with you doesn't mean she wants to be with you. So anyway, let's see.
Wear her down.
Who's such an interesting person? It's such an interesting question. I wish I would have seen it coming. I'd have given a little more thought to it.
Yeah, nobody saw these island questions.
Yeah, right? I mean, they're interesting, but boy, they're really in depth. Geez, one person? The Rock.
It has to be a mate. Like anyone that
Oh, a
doesn't
female?
anyone that doesn't
Does
pick.
not have to be
If you
a
don't
female.
pick a mate, you are insane.
No,
I'm
you're right.
stuck
Because then
on
you're
an
not
island
gonna be able to
forever.
have
It helps
sex.
build shelter and protect you from bad animals.
And they're going to be pissed off and miserable. They don't have a mate.
He's
So
gonna help you like get coconut trees to bend
anyone
over.
that doesn't
I
pick
mean, that makes sense.
anyone that doesn't pick a mate is kidding themselves.
I thought about some women, and I was going to pick some women, and then I would just imagine Kris going, Why would you pick her, dude, when you could pick
Alexander
Daddario? I don't know.
Those eyes, though, John.
I'll pick a woman for you. I'll go with Rosario Dawson. I'm a huge fan. She's a little older, but she looks good.
Super.
She's in all the superhero, the Marvels. You know that. She's good stuff. See, he doesn't like her either. He's so picky, finicky.
Fantastic.
He has one. You have one person that you like, one female that you're attracted to.
Can we go back in time and get Christina Aguilera before she started banging PAs?
So you had two your whole life, two major crushes, and that's it. Wow. Okay.
There's
Well.
fleeting fancies, but I've had Andrea, John. What more do I need?
Oh, okay. Okay. You saved yourself, I suppose, a little bit from me with that one. I don't know about anyone else. Since you didn't say Andrea on the island, you said Alexandra Daddario, but fair enough.
With the awesome eyes.
Because I've already been stuck on an island with Andrea for the last 10 years.
Believe me, it makes an old guy who's just smart and cool seem a whole lot nicer to have him on the island. I don't need drama.
Oh my goodness.
Are we capped out on the Discord questions? Do we have anything? Do we have anything?
Is that how we close the Discord? I'll close it like that.
Do we have anything in the chat? No, nothing in the chat.
No, gee, I wonder why there's nothing in the chat. So
that would have been a good time for crickets. John.
we wrapped up the Discord questions. Let's move. We're gonna have to move along here. You know that, right? Let's get right to it. We're gonna have you go first. Let's hit them up.
All right. Bullet Blitz. Wow, that was a quiet Bullet Blitz.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
John?
Yeah, buddy.
What do you think? Should we do a new backdrop every week or rock the Hollywood sign backdrop?
I like a new backdrop. I like to mix it up.
Week? Oh, man.
Well, I mean, you can go between like three, like one, like every first week of the month. It's this, boom, boom, boom. You don't have to go with an infinite amount of new pictures all the time.
All right,
but
John.
just grab a good. We'll find some.
Next backdrop is on you. You need to come up with our backdrop for next week.
I mean, I don't know how do you can help me. You can help me not find it, but help me.
Did you say?
Puppies.
Is it so you can just take an? I don't know how it works. You just take an image and then you put it in there and it just plops it on the back.
Bam.
It prefers a video though, so get puppies.
Woo!
Playing around in the background.
I'll give someone something to look at than our ugly mugs. That's a
Bam.
good point.
Let's try a different color.
Yeah, seriously.
Time for a different color.
So what do you want? I mean,
I like the Hollywood one, but I think there should be like
it's good to mix it up. I'm not saying it's 50.
special occasions.
Oh, really? Well, okay. Well, fair enough.
we'll
I mean, we
see.
could have a brick wall once, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I still think we need to have the one I was talking about earlier before the show, which is the hour-long video of a slow motion sunrise over the Hollywood sign. So by the time the episode's over, the sun is set.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Andrea's laughing in the background. I actually think that's a good idea. It shows like time passing from the beginning to the end. Oh, okay, okay.
You lion roared, MGM yawned it. Big time.
Oh.
Look at my tonsils.
It's getting late in the show, man.
Fair enough. Fair
It's been a long, long day.
enough.
John, what do you got for a Bullet Blitz?
Oh, that's so quiet all of a sudden. So, I saw an image of a giant baseball bat leaning against the building. It was they built it, of course. I think it was in Louisville, so it was like a Louisville Slugger.
Okay.
And so it represents that whole thing. So my question to you is, what have you ever seen anything like a giant size something to represent? Like in Detroit, there's a fist of the Joe Louis, his fist. Near the airport, there's like a tire because we had one of the tire companies, Firestone or something. So a giant one of that. There's just a giant stuff all over the U.S. Have you seen anything that you like? A structure or something that you could normally hold in your hands that's now grown bigger? They have like giant.
There's the giant spatula outside of Spatula City, but what immediately comes to mind is the chair outside of the place downtown. Have you seen the big giant chair?
I think I've seen, because I've been down there a few times, but I don't
chair.
recall. And it makes you look like even more of a child, right? Because you can fit like 2 or 3 people on that big chair, right?
No, buddy.
No?
Like
maybe I haven't seen it.
You're basically like this tall on like the chair leg, so like the.
It's huge.
It's a huge chair.
No, I haven't seen that chair.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's
Wish we had that
massive.
chair for in here.
That's a big chair.
Yeah, seriously. So So your answer was a big chair. Well, fair enough. Mine's not going to be much better. It was just an interesting thing I'd actually seen. It's the fist of Joe Louis, I have to say, because it's stuff I've seen in my town. I haven't really seen a whole lot. I haven't traveled a lot of the U.S. I know there's some crazy tall things, but it's a giant fist. It represents Joe Louis and what he did for the sport, and what he did really, honestly.
Giant fist.
Truth be told, yeah, it's the represent because he was a boxer, Joe Louis, bro, and that's how we represent. It's been there for years, and it was not just a boxing champion, a champion in Detroit. Who doesn't want a champion? Period. And it also, it showed that
all we got is Baby Joe Macy.
Yeah. Who?
Exactly.
Yeah. And we had Thomas Hearns too, the hitman.
Ask Ernie about Baby Joe Macy.
We had a few guys. I could ask. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I don't think I care that much about boxing, but yeah. So a giant fist is what it is. It's not the most glorious thing, but I thought I had something.
Doesn't care much about boxing.
The baseball bat was interesting though in that photo. Okay.
All right, Sean.
Moving right along.
I'm gonna have to do a real big sniffle if we don't end the show soon.
I already hit it.
All right. Who should be our first guest? Who should be our first guest?
And I think I would love our first guest to be Malek Haneen. Hey, Malek Haneen. That's who I would like our first guest to be.
I think you already had a first guest.
Could be.
I'm just saying.
I win.
Huh?
Kathy Cola was your first guest.
Not with the new studio.
No, the new studio.
The new
studio.
But
First guest.
going off
That's a good point.
Going off of the Kathy Cola, I think our first guest should be Cash Hovey.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cash Hovey.
I just
Come
can't.
on down.
I just can't wait to talk to Malek to be complete. But you said he was going to be on, so I was like, that's why I said I'm going to bring it back later in the show because
he's coming.
I'm just very interested. I want to talk to somebody else from Michigan. Talk to Kathy, but that didn't go so well.
Nah, we didn't have our seating arrangements.
Yeah, that's all right.
John.
That's all right.
All right. You got one left here? Is that what?
No, I got a couple if we need to. I got a couple if we need to go.
We need one.
Okay, so on November 3rd, 28 years ago, okay, Ice Ice Baby was the #1 song. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I steal songs
Yeah.
from other songs.
Were you a fan of Vanilla Ice, or did you just like the Ice Ice Baby
bro,
or the Ninja Turtle rap?
Did
you like other songs other than those popular songs?
The Ninja Turtle rap was fantastic.
Of course.
But there is at least 6 bangers on the Vanilla Ice album that Ice Ice Baby was on.
So I would say you were a fan.
Oh, dude.
I would say most fans only liked
great.
the hits that he had. And I didn't even like those. I was not a fan of Vanilla Ice at all.
Oh, man, there's some...
I thought
Are you a fan of his new construction show?
having not seen it, no. No. Maybe he was a fun guy. I don't know. But I know he was pretending to be like his image was like a hardcore rapper from the hood, but he came from like a wealthy background. Isn't that right? I mean, you obviously a fan. Something like that. And then everyone's like, oh, Rob Van Winkle, which I think is his name.
It is his name.
There you go.
So who's the fan now?
Well, I was doing my research when I was asked for the question.
Oh.
And, I mean, I don't know. I've seen him on some interviews. He seems like a pretty decent guy. He did some shows where he did some movies.
Call him Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You created it, buddy. You created it. Reap what you sow. So you were a huge fan. Well, not a huge fan, but bigger than most that I would see. And I really wasn't a fan. I actually have another. And another. So I can hit one or two if you want.
I've got nothing left, John.
Okay, so I'm in the Uber vehicle today, coming home from work today. The driver says to me, pull out your phone. And I said, okay, I'm holding it in my hand anyway. What do you want? He says, there's this box on the dashboard. Okay, not dashboard, on the middle, what do you call that thing?
Console.
The center console. Yeah.
Push the button, one person will die.
Whatever. No. Come on, that would have been hilarious. I'd have pushed it right away. So it said like snacks or something. I'm like, well, I don't want any snacks. He's like, just open your phone. And he says, go to this web page. So I open the phone, I go to this web page. I'm pretty sure I have it pulled up here, so give me just 1 second, and I'll be able to tell you. It's actually, you can put in a code, specifically that's on the box in there, and then when you go to that page, there are actually snacks you can buy in that box, and there are snacks that are free in that box. So the guy says, hey, click on all the ones that are free until it says like maxed out. And I was like, okay, so I hit it. And he's like, then hit purchase. And I hit purchase. And I didn't purchase anything because they were all free. So I could have gotten 3 free snacks in the Uber. They're starting to push this now. Wow. So I'm like, you can get free snacks or you can buy some snacks, but some of the snacks are interesting. The ones I was going to purchase, I didn't like any of them. I didn't even know what some of them were. So I told him to keep them because it was free anyway. But it's interesting. It's something different that you're going to get, a little mini service you're going to get. He says he gets every day, he gets UPS new stuff because he sells all of his stuff. He gets rid of it all. That's interesting to me. There's not really a, would you buy Uber snacks? If you were hungry?
If I was hungry.
And they were free, right? So you just like bing, bing, right? Who wouldn't?
I'm not going to say no to free snacks.
I mean, I thought it was genius. I mean, I really did. I was a huge fan. So, no, I would do it if I liked what they had. And I think pretty good.
I got one more.
I can slap another one on too. If
No,
you really need it.
I got one more.
Okay.
Bullet Blitz for you, John.
That's so quiet. Anyway.
So, the Gratcast runs a certain length of time, and I'd like to blow my nose now. So, are you okay if we end Gratcast?
I'm ready.
Excellent. Cue up the song.
Let's go.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.